What is success?
What is racism?
What does it mean to be a black man?
Why is racism?
Why do I have to
Why
deal
does your
with
hair
racism?
look like
Why
that?
do I
And
get
I
can't
can't
I wear
racism real? How do we change the narrative?
Probably over a decade ago, I was in college. The pastor gave a sermon on race and kind of what it means to like try to be reconciled. And his kind of charge to his church was, hey, like, you know, get to know people who don't look like you, right? And so I remember it was a majority white church, and I was there with a couple of African-American friends. And I remember us coming out of that church, and there were, I think, 3 white males who came up to us who we did not know. And they said, hey, you know, I really love the sermon today. Like, let's do this racial reconciliation thing. So, and they said, hey, are you guys interested in like getting together to play broomball? And they said, wait, but it's cold, so you might not like that. Wait, but it is sports, so you guys might be better at that than us. And for him, he thought this was funny. For us, we were like, we don't know you. You're making all these cultural assumptions about us.
As a young black man, we not only fight the perception of the Caucasian culture, but we fight the perception of our own culture. You're not black enough. You're selling out. You gotta represent. You know, if you enunciate well and you use the English literature like it was supposed to be, now you're talking white. But if I talk like I grew up, you know what I'm saying, Southern twang, cutting off a lot of words, to the Caucasians is you talking hood. You gotta clean that up. So it's tough because we had a war with ourselves of trying to be that perfect black male to where we could appease both sides.
During my childhood in Nashville, Tennessee, probably in the year 1958, 59, we would go to the movies and we had the alley entrance. We had to go buy tickets and in the alley and then sit in the balcony. So you had to go to the alley across the street to get your crystals and then go sit upstairs. If you wanted candy, you had to go back out through the balcony and go to the next side window to Candyland.
We had a meeting the morning of the Million Man March. It was on a Monday. And then I was going to leave and drive and pick up another friend of mine in Richmond. We were going to go to the march. So I had my meeting, I finished it, and I got on the road, and I was traveling. And I was trying to get there, so I was going a little fast. And I got stopped because I was speeding. And when I got stopped, the officer came up, and I realized I was going too fast. So I said, "Officer, I apologize. I realized I was probably going a little fast. I'm just trying to get to the Million Man March." And he looked at me and he said, he's Caucasian, and he looked at me and said, "Yeah, I stopped another boy going to that same thing." Now, obviously, he wasn't a fan of the Million Man March, but he probably had no idea, that I had just left, and I was responsible for, a $2 million budget at the lottery, and I was responsible for, 20 plus people. I think when I was younger, I just thought I was selfish. I just wanted to be successful for me. I think as you get older and you get married and you have a family, you want to be successful for your family. I think today, now, I want to be successful so that I can share maybe a platform with somebody else who might get something from me so that they can be successful. So I think I've kind of gone through these different levels to now today. I really want to try to give back what I can to help my community.
When I was a kid, success was having a nice car, having jewelry, being the cool kid. That was being successful, having everyone look up to you because of materialistic values. As an adult, I define success as someone that walks in their purpose, someone that genuinely cares about what they're doing, and they're not doing it because of them. They're doing it for others. They're doing it to grow people around them.
So when I was younger, success was money, a lot of it, and a lot of attention. Money to do what I want, being on TV, everybody knowing your name, and being idolized. But as I got older, now I'm 39 years old, success to me now is respect. People respecting what you do for a living, what you stand for, what your everyday walk is. To me, that's more important.
I'm always fearful, I guess, that something bad could happen to either one of my kids. But if you take a look at something that happened to Trayvon, I mean, really, he was just walking. You know, he happened to have a hoodie on, and he was the same age as my son. So, you know, my son may be doing the same thing here in Charlottesville, and he could potentially have a hoodie on. And does that mean that someone, you know, is gonna think that he has done something without even asking him, talking to him, you know, giving him an opportunity to explain why he was there?
Son's only 8 years old, but if he ever got pulled over, I think, you know, when it gets to that day, I'll probably be in a panic mode, you know, just because I'm going to be guarded. That's why I always tell guys, make sure you learn a trade. I tell the kids in our school, learn a trade. Make sure you know a trade. You know how to fix cars, go learn how to cut hair. Do something to where you could work for yourself. That should be the plan. Work for yourself and then employ the people around you.
Whatever you want to do, you can do it. You can be successful at it. You have to have that goal. Then you have to put together a plan on how you're going to get there. And then you've got to be willing to work toward accomplishing that.
The advice I would give a young black man growing up would be pick a direction and go hard. Don't stop. Just keep going. Don't slow down. When you fall, you get up, keep moving. Don't stop. Just keep pushing. It's gonna get hard. It's gonna be tough. So what? That's life. Just keep going. And if you keep doing that, eventually you'll get to your goal.
Be in touch with your heritage. Be in touch with where you came from and your folks, you know. And I guarantee you, intelligence is how you get through this.
For young black men to remember that they are valued and that they're worthwhile and that they're important in this world. I think there are a lot of cultural images that we get as young black men that actually discourage us from really seeing ourselves as worth it, right? As valuable and also as necessary in this world. And so one of my kind of encouragements would be to remember that, like, you're actually special, you're important, you're significant, and also you're needed, specifically in this cultural moment in America. But in general, I think our world is less than what it would be would be less if there weren't black men in it.